Hello, everybody, and welcome back to X-Plane 11 once again. Today, we're going to do a flight from St. Louis to Kansas City, Missouri, here in the fabulous Midwest. We haven't been here in a while. I did get some ortho taken care of, and that's the reason why I haven't had any flights here in a while. So we are flying the Ultimate 737-700. It is New Mexico 1. And I'm on the old version of the airplane. This is the initial release version of the airplane. That's why the MCP panel will have yellow numbers on it. That is because the newest version crashes my sim. No matter what I do on the top of descent or something like that, even on a departure, it will crash the sim. So that's the reason why we're on an older version. Let's head up into the cockpit. Not much left to do, and we can push back from the gate. All right, everybody's getting situated back there. We can hear them rustling around. Nothing left really to do here. We're ready for a before start checklist. And all we have to do for that is parking brake is set. The panel looks good above us. Let's go ahead and turn on our fuel pumps. And electrics and all that can be off right now. We'll turn those on once we get pushed back from the gate. The pushback is driving up now. So let's go ahead and put on our beacon light, and that's going to get them all shut up back there. We're going to flight level 340 today, 34,000 feet. Let's go. Bam, right there. Nice. Landing elevation. We'll get that in a minute. I'm pretty sure it's going to be about 500.
All doors and hatches are closed.
Or 450. All right, they're going to go ahead and connect there. We're going to be doing 3,000 on departure. Fantastic. Thank you so much. Heading, we can set that to 120. We're taking off on 12 right today. 142 right there. Good to go. We are doing the Whirly 6 departure. It's an RNAV departure. So if I give you a little bit of a briefing on it, you can see it right here on the panel, the main panel. We'll be going RNAV to Hefner, then Daffus, Travs, CK, Lisa, and then we go all the way out to the Whirly intersection, Marcos, and then to the Macon VOR. That is our transition today. So initial climb.
Release parking brake.
Okay, then release the parking brake. They're ready to push.
Starting pushback. And you may start.
All right, that's good to go. Go. And N1 bugs are good. IS bugs are good. MCP is set. Initial climb here on 12 left and right. Climb heading 123 to 1,120 feet, direct to Hefner. Cross Hefner at or above 2,500, then on depicted route to Whirly. That's what it says here on my chart. Okay, so that's good to go. Let's go ahead and get ready to fire up engine number 2. We'll turn off the packs, of course. There they go. And let's start 2. Start valves open. We've got N2. Waiting for 25% on the N2. And we can hear it come to life back there. Coming up on 25. There it is. And that'll be good there. Just doing a straight pushback. Nothing crazy here today. Nothing crazy at all. Let's have a look and see what our taxi route today is going to be. At the airport. Info. We're going to be right here. Looks like we're going to be just making a turn down. We're off of this terminal 2. We'll take
operation complete.
Good question. Probably take Charlie or Delta. Probably take Delta all the way down. Parking brake. You got it. There's the parking brake right there.
Disconnecting tow.
Clear to disconnect. All right.
The safety information card can be found in your seat back pocket. In the event of a water evacuation, use the life vest under your seat. Only remove it if told to do so. Remove the pouch, take out the vest. Place the vest over your head, wrap the strap around your...
All right, let's turn our Alex on there. Disconnect. We'll look for the hand signals. Let's go ahead and start engine 1. Turn in 1. And there's the start valve right there. We have N2. Yeah, then we're just going to take Delta all the way down to 12 right. Easy peasy taxi.
Tow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on the right. We'll see you next time, and
There it
have
is
a
right
good
there.
flight.
All right, thank you so much. We'll be looking for the pin. Have a good one. Okay, that's 2 good starts. Let's go ahead and go over to the gens on those guys. We'll do our little flow here, and then we'll do the checklist. Those come on. We'll put the engine bleeds on. Packs can come on now. There we go. That looks good there. Trim air is good. All right, let's do our before taxi checklist. Gens are on. Probe heat's on. Wing anti-ice is needed. Pack switches are on. Auto isolation valve is checked, and it's auto. APU bleed is going to come off now. Let's go ahead and go to the off position of that. And we can do engine start switches to the continuous position. There we go. Idle. Looking good there. Ground equipment is clear. Flap lever. Flaps 5 for departure. 1, 2, 3. And we will verify those. They're coming down right now. Flight control check. Let's do it. System page. Got left. We got right. Got full forward. We got full back. Got full right rudder. We got full left rudder. Flight controls are free and correct. We'll go ahead and make the lower DU blank. There we go. Check. Flaps are 5 for takeoff. And we're good for that. All right, let's go ahead and taxi down to runway 12 right. Go taxi lights on. We turn those guys on. And yep, we're good. Okay, let's let them know we're ready to go. So we'll go wing light. We'll say clear for departure, just like that. And we're pretty much good to go here. We're gonna go ahead and wait for
cabin is secured. Have a good flight.
us to get closer to the runway, and we'll be good to go. All right, ready to go down here on runway 12 right. Let's turn the auto throttle on. We will go ahead and get our lights like that. We are clear for takeoff on runway 12 right. I'll be RNAV to Hefner. All right, that's all good to go. Let's line up on the runway. We've got verified 12 right, on, good, on. We'll bring them up to 40% when we need it. A little bit further here like that. And we can turn it just like this. I'm so used to flying a 737, man. Line it up every time. All right, we're lined up here. So let's start the clock. That's good to go. Let's bring them up to 40%. Here they come. Use that crosswind correction. Forward. That's good there. Toga. And it did its thing. So let's turn that on. N1 instead. I don't know why my Toga hasn't been working lately, but it just hasn't been. Just hasn't been.
80 knots.
Cross-checked. Got that correction a little bit as we go.
E1, rotate.
Rotate.
Positive right.
Gear up. Yeehaw.
400.
4,120, then direct to Hefner. There we go, right there. Ooh, it's bumpy. Departing St. Louis. All right, we're cleaning up the airplane. Flaps are coming in. Here's our turn. We can go direct to DAFIS now. Well, yeah, that's some gusty winds here in St. Louis today. Quite a bit. I put that to the off position. That can go to the off position. Still hand flying. Bring that nose down a little bit as the airplane starts to speed up. Bring in our inboards. All this can come off as well. A little bit more of a turn here. Following the flight director. Very happy Saturday to everybody. I hope you had a great week. It is the weekend. Any cool weekend plans going on? How many of you guys are going to Flight Sim Expo? Because that's coming up very, very quick. Very, very, very fast. Bring that nose up a little bit. Bleed some speed off. There we go. Another turn this way. Now we got a Travs. I'm gonna hand fly the departure today, and then we'll once we get toward after Sakai, we go towards Lisa. We'll hand it back over to the autopilot here. There we go. I got my Oculus Rift S that came in this morning. Man, it showed up really quick. It was on Amazon Prime. This is the new Oculus, by the way. It showed up on Amazon Prime. Actually, you know what? Here, let's go ahead and go Command A. Let the autopilot take over. That way we can keep climbing to, let's go 230. But it showed up this morning. Normally, we don't get packages that early in the morning. I don't know what that's about. Almost to 10,000 feet. There is 10,000 right there. Let's go ahead and turn our landing lights off. Wing light off as well. We got a nice climb going on here. As the airplane starts to search back onto its path. All right, let's do our climb as needed. Waiting for the transition altitude, which will be 18,000 feet. Roll everything back to standard. Keeping an eye on things here. We're in the suit, nothing much to see. Above 18,000 feet, let's go ahead and go to standard pressure. And that is on both sides. Verified. We can turn these guys off. It's back to auto, actually. Don't need those on continuous anymore. Good, good, good. Very nice. We're climbing out of St. Louis, 18,000 feet. And everything looks like it's all going well. .3 for flight level 340. We've got that set in our MCP panel as we are almost to the Worley intersection. Now we make our left-hand turn to Marcos, and then we go direct to the Macon VOR. And after that, it's a pretty short stint to the Bremer arrival. So we'll hit Bravo Quebec Sierra, which is the VOR. And we'll cross that and we'll make a left turn and we'll do the arrival. Pretty simple, actually. If I come over here and step through it, we'll be able to show you a little bit more about what we're doing. So let's go ahead and do exactly that. We'll put it in plan mode, and I'll step through it. We go, like I said, to Marcos. There's Macon. As we step through that, we go to Coram, then over Bramer. There's Don's intersection. And then what we're going to do is get vectors to go to Famous, and we'll cross Famous at 3,000 feet. We'll descend down to 3,000 feet and pick up the ILS 19 right approach. .1,000 feet to go. We're going to have an airplane flying right off to the right-hand side of us here. He's about 1,200 feet above us and descending. So we should see him fly right out to the right side here. There he is right there. Got him in sight. There he goes. Cut upon 34,000 feet. That is our cruise altitude today. Like I said, not a very long cruise here, because as we come around here, you'll see we'll be starting our top of descent right after the Macon transition. Let's go ahead and turn the fasten seatbelt sign off, and they can move about the cabin back there.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've reached our cruising altitude. Flight is smooth, so I'll turn the seatbelt sign off. I would like to ask you to examine don't please put your seatbelt fast upon me, just in case we did find an unexpected bump. Also, please don't pull the flag and run to the forward galley lavatory area. We really appreciate you choosing to fly with Southwest this morning. Hope you enjoy the trip. Have a great week, and please come back and see us again real soon.
We are 44 nautical miles to our top of descent. We can actually go ahead and start programming things, because that's what we need to do. We're going to do flaps 30 landing, 140, so it'll be 145 for that. ILS is 109.10. We'll put that on both sides. 109.10 on your side, and 109.10 on your side. There we go. Course is going to be 191. I'll put that on both sides here. There we go, 191, and we'll do the same thing here. Go faster if you just hold it. There we go. So the ILS is good to go there. Will be auto brakes 1. It's a long runway. No need for any of that. This is a anomaly with the version of the 737-700 we use, so don't even worry about it. It's not a factor for us today, so that's good to go. Descent winds, top of descent and all that, I'm not really worried about that today. If you were in the real airplane, yes, you would care about that, of course, but we're not going to be entering the winds in. It's going to be fine. Looking at the weather in Kansas City, it's cloudy there. Nice 73 degrees, though. Pretty decent day there. We've got winds 220 at 10 knots, so we're going to have a bit of a crosswind. And we've got greater than 10 statute miles of visibility. No precipitation reported. Clouds are scattered at 4,500, overcast at 5,500, so we'll be well below that 3,000 feet to Famous when we pick up the ILS. But just in case, we will do that. We will not be shooting a visual approach today. So I want to go back to talking about the Rift S. So the Oculus Rift S is the newest version of the Oculus Rift. I've had a CV1 for a while now. I pre-ordered it a long time ago. I got it back in 2016. So it has been a while since we got a new version of the Oculus Rift. I wasn't a big fan of the HTC Vive. I just never liked it that much. When I did use it, I liked the Oculus experience a little bit better, because I don't do the stand-up kind of like room scale VR that a lot of people like. And with that said, it's not a big deal, because let's keep an eye on this. Actually, we start our way down about 15 nautical miles out. It's not a big deal because I do a lot of simulator games, and I do driving and stuff. So it's a lot of sit down. Oculus is very nice on my head. I've always liked the CV1. I've been using Oculus since the DK2. So that's the reason why I stuck with it. Read a lot of reviews on it. The S is, basically doubled the resolution. The screen door effect is completely gone. for the most part, from what I hear. I haven't done it yet myself, so I can't tell you. But in a flight simulator like this, whenever I do it in VR, it's amazing, but it's very hard to make out, you know, the actual labels of everything in the cockpit, like, you know, this stuff here. You know, the numbers and stuff I don't have a problem with at all. It's just the smaller print that I do have a problem with. And apparently, according to everybody else that's been using the Rift S, they said it's absolutely night and day difference with the clarity. So I'm looking forward to that for sure. That is going to be awesome. Top of descent coming up here. We are at, that's good to go. We don't need that anymore. We can go back to our cruise. And we are 18 nautical miles from top of descent. We can actually start our way down now. That would not hurt at all. So let's look at our legs page. We're going to be famous to 3,000, but if we look at the vectors going to be 10,000 feet. So let's just go ahead and descend and maintain 10,000 initially, and then we will take care of it from there. So we got 10,000 on this guy. There we go. And we can go to the descent page, descend now, execute that. And the airplane's gonna start its way down. Let's go ahead and turn those fasten seatbelt signs back on. And we'll let them know they need to make their way back to their seats. And we will have to use drag on the way in. This airplane's pretty slippery, so I'm already gonna be expecting that. Here's our turn right now, as we cross over the Macon VOR. You can barely see a little bit of Missouri down there. Not too much below the clouds. Pretty cloudy day. Only 22 minutes into our flight so far. This is a total of 54 minutes of flying time today. So a very short flight. Not a problem at all. Let's put that back where we had it. Actually, yeah, we don't need to be in plan mode anymore there. And all is well there. So how many of you guys are going to Expo? I really hope a lot of you that watch these videos get to experience something like Flight Sim Expo, to see the Flight Sim community come together in one place, you know, showcasing all the new products that are coming out. You can meet and greet a lot of different various streamers and YouTubers. There's gonna be quite a few people there this year. This is gonna be the biggest expo, because it used to be Flight Sim Con, and then things changed hands, and now it's called Expo. And Expo was in Las Vegas last year. Well, this year it's in Orlando, so it's literally in my backyard. I'm going to that. Xplane.org has provided a booth, so I have a double booth that's going to be set up. A meet and greet area for not just me, but for other streamers and YouTubers. And then also a little lounge area I'm going to have set up so people can chit-chat and all that stuff. It's kind of right next to the concession stand, so it's in a convenient area right there. I plan on bringing my rig, so I'll be doing some X-Plane flying there. And maybe yourself can have a try right here with the exact rig I use in these videos. And we can see a little bit of ground down there below, some farmland. Nice descent profile here. We've got 2,200 and it's dropping. We zoom out here on the arrival, you can see a little bit more what we're doing here. So we go Dons, and then after that, you'll see there's no lines there. That's because we're going to be doing our own vectoring here. Because in the real world, we would have ATC to vector us to the final course for the ILS 19 right approach. Okay, we can see it dropping right there. Let's go ahead and bring those out to the flight detent. That's going to help slow the airplane down with some drag as we get close to Coram here. So let's look and see on my, looking at my plate here, I've got a decision height 200. So we can set that here on this guy, on the radio. Close to there. I got 200 is set. And look at, we'll tell people we're doing our descent and all that here in just a second.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have started our descent. I have turned the seatbelt sign back on. I'd like to ask you to please return to your seats. Buckle up for the short duration of the flight. We truly appreciate you choosing to fly with Southwest this morning. Hope you've enjoyed the trip. Have a great week. Please come back and see us again real soon.
landing elevation, I was way off. It's 1,027 in Kansas City, so let's do 1,000. Oh, hello. Oh, man, that is just real fast. Whoa. 1,027 is all we need here. And you whip that thing and it goes real fast. 1,050 is perfect for that. I'm happy with it. Verified. System enunciator. Recall. No errors there. VREF. We've already entered it. Radio barrel minimums set to 200. Navigation radios. That's 109.10 on both sides. Yes, it is. Course 191 on both sides. That's ILS 19er right approach. Auto brake 1 as needed. Descent procedure is complete. Next will be approach. We don't have to do that when we get closer to 10,000 feet. Okay, we pull those speed brakes back in. Airplane's starting to accelerate now as we have gotten to a much slower speed here. So there's Bramer right off our nose. Then we've got Don's. After Don's, we'll just go ahead and vector ourselves out there to Famous. So cross Don's at 10,000 feet. And that's what we want to do. And then we will vector ourselves out that way. We might actually just continue that way and then make a right-hand turn and then a left-hand turn. I think that'll be for the best today. How about it? And looks like we're going to break through the clouds a little earlier than I thought we would. Not bad at all. We might have some better visibility than we thought. Altimeter is 3000. So once we cross 18,000 feet, we'll change over to 3000. Waiting for that transition, which is coming up very soon. $500 feet to go. Descending into the clouds. I love how dingy it gets out. There we go. Broke through them. There's 18,000. So we can go ahead and change over to 3000. And that is verified on both sides. Yes, it is. All right, sweet. And then we will do the... Yeah, that's good to go. Update RMP as needed. Fixed landing lights. We'll turn those on at 10,000 feet. Looking good here. We haven't even crossed Bramer yet, so we're fine on that. FMC speed. There's a decel. I'm not putting out those speed brakes because you can see right there the airplane's trying to keep speed. All right, 10,900 and descending down to 10,000 here. And after we cross Don's, we'll continue down to about 8,000 feet and then so on and so forth to Famous. Keep an eye out on traffic on the way in here. We're gonna have to do some vectoring ourselves. And I'm perfectly fine with that. Let's go ahead and arm the speed brake so we have that ready to go. There's a green light. And we're not ready for the landing lights just yet. Airplane is now decelling down to 250. There it goes right there. And looking good on our profile there. We're almost to Don's intersection here. We're still hanging out here in the clouds. He's going to go to continuous. As we descend down onto 10,000 feet here. So the new ERJ series was released by X-Crafts, and they kindly sent me a copy of those. So I'm going to be learning how to fly those over this weekend, and then we'll go flying in a future episode here. I have been flying on Pilot Edge a lot more lately. I plan to keep that up. Here, that's good enough for 10,000. Let's turn those on. Wing light can come on. And now, as we cross over Don's, we can go ahead and vector ourselves. So we're just going to stay here on this present heading of 255. So let's go ahead and just turn this dial over to 255 here. That looks good to me. And we'll do heading select here in a little bit. No need for it right now. It's actually a really good intercept angle, but we're probably going to turn out to the right a little bit here because we do have some traffic in the area we're going to be dealing with. Just want to make sure we don't hit them. Let's continue down to 8,000 feet. So we just go down to 8,000 like that. Altitude intervene button. And the airplane should start its way down. Well, it should start its way down. I don't know what it's doing. Hit it. Are you going to go down or no? No, you're not. Okay, we'll just do vertical speed ourselves. Let's do about 1,500 feet. That's pretty good there. Down to 8,000. Okay, so those are good. On is needed. Set. Approach checklist is complete. Next will be landing ILS. And you can see here's the all the departures here coming out of Kansas City off to our left. Probably won't see them very much though. Zoom a little bit more. Let's go ahead and make a right turn heading 270. I'm happy with that. Heading select is good there. Flip that over a little bit more. Make a tighter turn. We'll just kind of get ourselves on a nice vector here to 19, right? Looking good on time though. We've got 38 minutes. Like I said, it was about 54 minutes total. And that's gate to gate. Airtime's like 45. We're on 8,000 feet. Let's descend and maintain 5,000. And down we go, vertical speed. 1,200 feet per minute. We got down pretty quick on that 1,500. And we'll go ahead and make a right turn heading 275. Get a nice speed going here. Let's go ahead and go to 210 on our speed. Keep the best speed we can to the airport. Looking good here. So remember, we're going to be 145 on our VREF, flaps 30. We got a nice left turn onto Famous. All right, let's go on down to 3,000. 3,000 feet. That is in there, and we are descending on that, no problem. And we'll slow down to 180 knots here in a minute. I don't like to be over 180 when trying to intercept an ILS. Sometimes it's a little too quick. Anything over that. We're staying nice and clean right now. What we'll do is we'll slow down to 180 and we'll go flaps 5. All right, let's go ahead and make that left turn towards Famous. About right there. That's pretty good. And it's slowing up really good now. Not bad at all. Yeah, we're pretty good here. We're about 10 miles, or we're actually about 8 miles from Famous. Actually, it'll probably tell us, wouldn't it? Probably. Somewhere. Okay. So that's good. I'm happy with this heading right here. Let's arm the approach. Approach is armed. We're VOR loc in glide slope. Speed checks for flaps 5. That's helping us out a little bit there. All right, so we'll go down to 3,000 gradually here. Vertical speed on down. 500 feet per minute. That works just fine for me.
Thousand to go.
1,000 feet to go. Got the runway in sight right there on our left. We'll vector ourselves a little bit better here. Just a slight left turn here. About 215 will be perfect. I'll be happy with that. That way it doesn't have to turn so hard to get onto the localizer. And localizer's coming in now. We haven't grabbed it. And there we go. View our loc. Single channel. Localizer live. We'll wait for the glide slope next. So see, now the airplane doesn't have to work so hard to turn on to the localizer, which is nice.
2,500.
There we go. So we're going to maintain this 180 right now. And they want 152 at Hensley, so we're good right now for 180. Here comes the glide slope coming in now. When the glide slope comes down, we're going to go ahead and start slowing the airplane down. Big time. Once we get altitude, once we get the glide slope captured on the approach. But no need to be going really slow yet. Here it comes down now. Come on, grab the glide slope. There we are. 3,000 right at Famous, looking great. 180, flaps 5. Exactly what we want. About to grab the glide slope, so we're going to go ahead and go to 145. Gear down, flaps 15. And speed checks, good to go there. Those come down all the way. It's continuous. Tell the flight attendants they can be seated for landing. All right, landing ILS. Arm verified, down, green, 15, continuous, armed, eliminated. As directed, MCP missed approach altitude today is 4,000. Missed approach altitude is set. All right, flaps 30. Not too much longer, we'll be on the ground here. I'm gonna go ahead and take over the auto throttles here ourselves. Make sure that's stable before we do anything else here. There we go. Autopilot off. My airplane. And that trim was doing some weird funky stuff to me. Stable.
Feet stabilized, missed approach altitude set.
Right on ref, looking good. There's a slight crosswind from the right-hand side, 13 knots. Throw that crab out once we cross the threshold of the runway.
300 minimums.
Landing. Oh, we haven't settled minimums yet. What am I saying?
200 minimums.
Landing. crab out with left rudder.
30, 20, 10.
Oh, live traffic. Got to turn you off. Flyer down. There we go. Flyer down. Verses are out. They are green. We're decelerating. Turn that guy off. I forgot to turn live traffic off. There we go.
80 knots.
There we go. And clear them. Off on those. Make sure that they are indeed down. Manual braking right now. Speed brakes are forward. There we go. Roll on down to the end of the runway. We can start the APU. And it's coming to life. Make a left turn right up here, actually. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Kansas City, Missouri. Let's exit right here on this taxiway. And we'll go to the terminal. Yep, the flaps. Flaps are coming out. Turn off our landing lights. Wing light comes off. Strobe light goes to steady only. Okay, let's put the APU on bus. There we go. Go to APU bleed. Engine bleeds can come off. And we'll taxi in right to this ramp right up here. On our left. That's good right there. Turn our taxi light off so we're not blinding him. Got our marshaller in sight. There he is. Just turn right on here to him. All right, there's the X. Let's go ahead and pull the parking brake and kill the engines. Both sides there. Beacon light off. And seatbelt signs go off. There we go. Fantastic. That was a fun flight from St. Louis to Kansas City. Hope you guys enjoyed. And I will see you all next time. Take care.